Hey guys, it's Kelsey and welcome to Layout 4 for How to Click It with Style November. So for this one, I decided to do something a little different. I wanted to, well, first of all, I was stuck. I didn't know what to do with this page, so I decided I would just play with ephemera for a while. So I dumped out all the ephemera and sorted it by color, and then I was like, well, why don't I do something that I never do and pre-make some embellishment clusters. So I sorted them all by color, and then I saw all these bumblebees. I'm like, how am I going to use these bumblebees? Like, I'm so confused. They're super cute, but I don't have anything I feel like would be on theme for that. But I was like, you know what, let's make embellishment clusters with them and just see what can happen. So I pulled in the bumblebees, and then therefore I pulled in all the yellow and all the black things that I could, and just decided to make 3 little embellishment clusters with these 3 little bumblebees. So you can kind of see where I'm starting. I started with a frame on one. I put a black tag and a big bumblebee in the corner. The next one, I have this little journaling spot that I do a bumblebee over a label and a little like circular element. And then the last one, I did a tag with this jar of honey and the little bumblebee next to it with the hey honey on top. And then after I saw this hey honey, I was kind of like, oh, it could be about like Marcus or Billy or someone who's sweet, you know, kind of like that. So then I started thinking, okay, well, let me go through my pictures and just see what I have. I went through my current photos, my Hawaii photos, Bennett's photos, and couldn't find anything that I felt would really work well. So I went back to my photos for my albums going backwards, which I haven't worked on in a while because I've been working with Bennett's photos. But I found this one of this dog. His name is Baldwin. He's very, very sweet. If you guys have been watching me for a while, then you know Billy was in the Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind. I was his trainer while I was in college, and he passed my level and then went to New York for his advanced training, and then he got fired. So I got him back. I adopted him, and now he's my forever dog, and I love him so, so, so much. But anyways, while we're in college, this isn't for the college. Athens, UGA is just a huge location for the guide dog program. One of my friends had this dog, and his name is Baldwin. And part of the training process, they have to pass, I think it's a 2-week period. We have to switch dogs and work with someone else's dog. So this gives the dog an opportunity to work with somebody else just to see how they'll do. Which is really important for their training process. So I had switched with my friend. She got Billy, I got Baldwin, so I had Baldwin for 2 weeks. And so this is one of the pages with him. He's sitting in the car, footwell right next to me in the car while we were off going somewhere. But I was like, you know what? He is a sweetheart. He is the sweetest dog. He was so easy. I'm sure he's a guide dog right now. I'm not sure. I should probably follow up and see if he passed New York because Billy didn't. But I was like, you know what? We're going to do a page about this sweet dog, and we're going to use this honey and bee theme talking about how sweet he is personality-wise. So that's what I'm doing. So I pulled out yellow as my background. I had a scrap of this black that was the B-side of one of the papers I've already used earlier this month. So I'm kind of already have that bee aesthetic going. So that's kind of what I'm rolling with. I'm just pulling out the colors of the ephemera of the things I happened to make when I was playing with my die cuts. So it took me a minute. I wanted to use all 3 of these on this page really badly. And it was driving me crazy because I was having such a hard time. Like, I found an easy spot for 2 of them. But then the third one just felt like it was not supposed to be there. I don't know. You'll see what I mean. So I really want this black piece of paper to be either a horizontal or vertical strip on the paper. And then my photo would branch off of that with ephemera. So kind of what I'm thinking, I really like this Hey Honey jar next to Baldwin because it's kind of pointing towards him. So I really like how that looks there. And then I really like the journaling spot with the kind of medium-sized bumblebee on the bottom right-hand corner of the page. And I figured I would do my journaling there. So right away, those made sense to me. And then I added this vertical strip behind there, and I really like how that looked. I really like the beginning of this design. But I struggled so hard with this third cluster, you guys. So it's on the page, off the page, on the page, off of the page, moved around, couldn't figure out where it was going to go. But I was so determined to get it on here, but it's a struggle. So I know I want this photo here. I know I want these 2 embellishment clusters there. So that's kind of where I'm starting. Part of the packaging from these die cuts has this honeycomb pattern on it. So I'm like, you know what? We're doing the bee aesthetic. We're being bumblebees today. So let's use this packaging as a layer. So you'll see that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to use that as my first layer behind my photo. There are some other colors in these floral bits on the bottom of this scrap that you'll see that I do not want, because I wanted this page to be monochromatic. I was like, we're doing bumblebees, we're doing black and yellow. We're going to do the whole monochromatic thing and make this page really different and really graphic, which I thought was fun. So the florals on the bottom of that scrap that you can see tucked up underneath the picture are really distracting. So I know in the back of my mind, I just need to figure out how to cover those colors up by the end of this process. But I'm not too worried about that. I figured I'd add some border strip or banner or something to cover it, so I'm not worried. But I also have this black and white diagonal striped washi. So I was like, we're doing bumblebees, black and white stripes, feels bumblebee-ish to me with the yellow background. So I just tucked those on either side of this black column. So I really like how that adds to the layers and the graphic part of this layout. So that looks really cool. This page is so different, and it killed me a little bit to do this page because I don't think most of you are in Georgia. Miranda, you might know, but I went to the University of Georgia. We're the Bulldogs. Our colors are black and red. We, run this state, we say. And our arch rival is Georgia Tech. Their colors are yellow and black, and their mascot is a bee. This page made me a little bit angry because it's like football season right now, and Georgia, like SEC, like college football, like we're passionate. I'm not so like huge as into football now as I was when I was in college and going to UGA, but it felt a little bit like a betrayal, me making this page, even though it had nothing to do with that school or football or anything. Just seeing me make this black and yellow layout with bumblebees on it, cringe. But it's okay. It's not about that. We're talking about how sweet Baldwin is, and that's just how it's going to be. So I finally decided to just put an arrow coming out of the cluster next to the photo to cover up that scrap. So I think that works really well. And then I did just tuck a doily behind there to kind of fill out that little cluster, but I really like how that looks. I think that looks super cute. I also am in love with how many like ephemera I'm getting used up. Like I never do this. I never make embellishment clusters before a page. I know people really like that process, and then they're already made. So when you make a page, you just plop it on there and it's done. But for me, like I like making embellishments tailored to the page as I do the page. And I don't know, but I guess because I'm working with this collection, I figured if I made ephemera and they're all in the same color scheme, I could make it work because I have all these papers. So I guess that was kind of what was nice about it, is I knew it would work no matter what I made. So yeah, that was really fun for me and not a process I usually get to enjoy, but I enjoyed it. So I did just decide to mat the photo with this craft scripty paper from the 6x8 paper pad. Just because I had the craft that's in this journaling spot on the bottom right hand of the page, and so I felt like I needed a little bit of that craft color somewhere else too, so I did just do that, and I think that balances the craft enough. I don't think I really have to add too much craft anywhere else. But with this arrow pointing to the right across the photo into nothing, I felt like I had to put something important there, so it made sense that there was an arrow pointing off of the picture. So I decided I would do my title there. And just with the theme, I have this Hey Honey, I have, all of this stuff, I figured I would just title it Sweet as Honey. That way you can see Bennett is sweet as honey, honey, bumblebees. This page makes sense, don't make fun of me. So I'm using thickers to spell out honey, and then these tiny little translucent tile stickers to spell out sweet as right above it. And that way just everything makes sense to me. It all flows now. Everything makes sense. Nothing's random anymore, at least to me. So I like that. I really like that. And you can see that third cluster up in the right hand corner still looking awkward. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I know it's not going there, but I really want to use it. So I pulled it down and I set it there, and I was like, that looks weird. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Kind of looks nice. I'm like, no, it looks weird. So I keep moving it. I'm really trying to use it, but it felt weird. But I kind of liked having something over the title, kind of connecting the photo to the title and filling out that gap on the top part of the page. So I decided to leave it there. It looked really awkward to me at first, but the longer I left it there, the more it made sense. And I'm being stubborn, and I want to get this cluster on this page. So It's going. I don't know if that looks weird to anybody, but I kind of end up liking how it looked as much as I fought it at first. So I did go back to my ephemera, pull in this little yellow heart that kind of has a honeycomb pattern on it, and put it on the upper right-hand part of the photo, thinking maybe I'll just do an embellishment cluster up there. Maybe I won't use that third cluster. I'll just do something else. So I just put it aside for a second. I decide to add that little craft scrap of paper formatting my photo down underneath this little journaling spot down here, just so that pattern is somewhere else as well, and to kind of ground this embellishment. So I'm gluing that down because at least I know that's going there. So, and then I did just add another little strip of that striped washi in that cluster too, just so that that washi was somewhere else too. But I really like how the journaling spot looks down there, so I'll just trim off whatever's hanging off, and I think that looks good. I'm just, I fought so much with this third cluster. But yeah. Looked at my chipboard stickers, looked at my flat stickers. There was this, it said sweet something. Let me see if I can look behind this page and see what that said. It says Sweet Moments. That sticker I just tucked in at the top of the photo, but the Moments was in that gold holographic, and I had not introduced the holographic into this page yet, and I didn't want to. I felt like that would add way too much because I was like, oh, if I add holographic here, I need to add it everywhere else. And it's like, I like how the page is looking color-wise. So I just tucked the Moments behind the photo so all you could see was the black sweet part on the top, and I like that. So that's going to go up there. I finally decided, yes, this cluster's going here. I have this heart now that I pulled out. I added twine into both of these tags, so I'm trying to just make this title run up into embellishment and then connect to the photo through that yellow heart. And to me, it's different, but I'm running with it and I'm saying it's working. So I did trim off what was overhanging from this journaling piece on the bottom right corner too. And so there's a little bit of that. It's not really a floral. I don't know what you would call that. But that black swirly bit, I had a Scrapbo, so I did tuck behind that yellow heart as well, just to make that a little bit more clustery. But I feel like it all connects a little better now. I really wanted to get this on here, so I did. There's this little chipboard Fun in yellow as well. I'm basically going through all my ephemera and pulling anything yellow in. So I had this little sticker that said Fun, so I put that up there by the sweet, so it reads Sweet Fun. I think that's cute. And then I went through the flat sticker sheet, and I went a little crazy. I pulled off every single bumblebee, and I was like, we're doing a bumblebee theme page. I never do this. I don't know how I'm going to use these bumblebees on any other page. Let's put them all on here, every single one. So I went sticker sneeze happy and stuck them everywhere. And at first I thought, oh, that looks cute there. That looks cute there. And then it looked crazy really fast. So you'll see me struggle. I just stick bumblebees everywhere. And then it ends up looking like a bumblebee infestation sticker sneeze all over my page that I previously was really pleased with the design with. So I really, really wanted to get all the bumblebee things used up. I don't want them left over at the end of the month. We're doing a bee theme page, but I couldn't do it. You'll see, I just stick them all down, and I don't know. I thought it would look like little bumblebees were flying up in a trail on the side of the page, and it would look cute. But yeah, it looked crazy. It looked like a sticker sneeze. I lost my visual triangle because they were just everywhere. So I took them all off again. I was like, I have 3 bumblebees in the die cuts. I have a bumblebee in each cluster. That's good enough. So I'm just going to do my journaling really quick on this journaling spot. It just says, Baldwin has been the sweetest boy for his puppy switch camp. I couldn't have asked for a better swap, but I miss Billy. So just wanted to note, this is Baldwin. This is during the switch. I miss Billy, but I love this dog. He's very sweet, hence the honey and the bee theme. So there's that. Do I do anything else? I know I do one more thing. Nuvo drops. Yes. So I did go in with my Nuvo drops. This black bottle is empty. This is the second bottle of black I've ran through, and now I need more Nuvo drops. So I'm going to have to put an order in. By the way, Tonic Studios, who owns Nuvo, is amazing. I had ordered a couple. I bought them from a store that's no longer open, and they were faulty. And I contacted them, and like within 2 days, they sent me new bottles. It was amazing. So I'm excited, but I do need more black. Here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.